What is up, Insaners, and welcome to our Double Game Week 22 team selection video, guys, where we'll talk about our team for Game Week 22. Through this video, we'll cover our transfer strategies, players that we are planning to bring in, and we'll finish this one with the best captaincy options for this week. In case if you want some detailed information on the Double Game Week strategy, or maybe you are using a free hit chip this week, we made separate videos on the same. Now the links to those will be in the description and at the end of the video as well, so make sure that you check those out. Guys, also make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel as well if you like what you see today and are new around here. Great, with that, let's jump into it. Now before we get to our team in Game Week 22, let's quickly review how we did in Game Week 21. A pretty solid game week and everything went according to plan, guys, especially the captaincy this week. We managed to almost half our rank and are at 17,000 in the world right now. It was one of those weeks where big at the bag did work, with a couple of decent returns from Soufal and Royale being massive differentials. Trent, yes, he missed out on the clean sheet, but he did get an assist. Cancelo blanked against Chelsea and he just gave us 2 points, so that was a bit disappointing. Coming to midfield, and a good performance from the majority of players, guys. Going for Bowen over Antonio for captaincy was absolutely massive, as he gave us 42 points this week. Our other 2 players, Jota and Son, they both got assists, so it was decent. Gray was a bit disappointing as he blanked against Brighton, and the game against Leicester was called off, so the hit, at least for this particular week, that didn't work out. Now coming to attack, and Ronaldo blanked. Antonio also only returned a goal in his 2 games, so got a bit lucky there, especially with his EO being more than 100%, so we didn't lose out on much. Overall, pretty happy with how things turned out, guys. The team looks okay for this particular week. Only 3 double game week players, so that's not ideal, but most of the double game week players anyways don't have a great fixture and are not even looking like long-term holds, so we'll see what we do. I think for now, at the time of recording this video, we're holding off any moves and might get a couple of double game week players just closer to the deadline. So guys, how was your Game Week 21? Do let me know in the comments below. Now coming to our team for Game Week 22, we're currently playing a 3-4-3 system, which is going to be a popular formation this week, especially for those on a free hit. So now we have Ramsdale in goal against Tottenham. It's not going to be easy for Arsenal, but it could be okay from a save points potential. I think with Tottenham's attacking threat, he would have to make a lot of saves, and those translate to FPL points as we know, so I'm pretty okay with that. The other side is maybe a clean sheet potential, and with Son out, it's not an impossible situation. I mean, they can still get a clean sheet. I know it's not ideal with keepers like Sanchez and David De Gea having a double game week, but I think it doesn't make a lot of sense to make a keeper move just yet. Among defenders, guys, we have 3 defenders in our team at the moment in the playing 11. Now, Trent is up against Brentford, who look like a very different team right now. Trent, I think, is a really good option to have in your team this week. You know that he's attacking. In fact, he's quite attacking. His attacking stats are almost top for all possible metrics, the attacking side of things, and he's definitely the best attacking defender to own right now. I won't be surprised if he gets something against Brentford this week and he outscores many double game week defenders. Our next defender is Emerson Royal, guys, who we got a couple of weeks back. Now he's from Tottenham, he's definitely improving each game, but I still feel he's not up there with the likes of Reguilon, especially in terms of attacking threat. Having said that, he's still better than the likes of Dyer, who doesn't have any significant goal or attacking threat. I'm not 100% sure about the clean sheet here, as both Arsenal and Leicester, they have decent attack, but I think Royal is appealing for his attacking potential. Let's hope that he improves on his final output and he helps us, guys. I think we can gain massively from him this week, considering that he's a differential for us. Next, we have Cancelo, who has a tricky fixture this week, to be honest, guys. Now, the first thing is that, of course, Man City have a single fixture this week, and that is against Chelsea. Now, even if Chelsea isn't playing well right now, it's still not that straightforward. I think Chelsea can definitely score against Man City, in spite of City's high clean sheet odds this week. More than that, I'm pretty confident that Cancelo can still get an attacking return, as Chelsea definitely have struggled in defense, only managing to keep, I think, 2 clean sheets in their last 11 games. Again, it's not like a double game week defender that we have in Cancelo, but I think he still can do well against Chelsea. Now on the bench, guys, we have Soufal, who has a very good fixture against Leeds. Now I'm tempted to play him, and that is a call that I have to take before the deadline. For now, I think he stays on the bench with Livramento, who will be last on our subs bench. I don't think so Livramento is fit to play this week as well, and we are definitely not transferring him out this week. Now, in terms of the midfield, I think it's been a tough week for a lot of Salah owners, guys. He won't be available this week for sure, and a lot of managers got in Son early. Now, what happened after that? Son got injured, and then people started getting in Jota. Luckily for us, we already have the Liverpool cover. We have Jota in our team. Liverpool are playing against Brentford, who were decent at the start of the season. In fact, defensively, they were easily top half to mid-table team. Now, over the last 7 games, Brentford have conceded 13 goals, and the defensive numbers have gone way down. Liverpool, of course, we know they are the best attack in the league, but with no Salah, it's still a bit of an unknown. Now, we really don't know how they will perform, but one thing is for sure that Jota will be at the forefront of things, guys. There are no question marks about his minutes right now, like absolutely not. I think he's as nailed as one can get, and let's hope that he gives us good attacking returns this week. A second midfielder in the 11 is Bowen, guys, who has been absolutely brilliant for us right now. He had a wonderful game last time around, getting in 2 goals against Norwich, and guys, it could have been so much more. I think he hit the post twice, he had a goal disallowed as well, so I'm a bit lucky for non-owners. He has definitely been West Ham's main man in spite of playing wide. Generally, he likes to come in and shoot, making darting runs in the box, and so far it's clearly working for him. Now he's facing Leeds, who are generally leaky in defense, so I would expect another decent haul from Bowen this week. Coming to our next set of players, guys, and they both are flagged at the moment. Now, the first one is Son, who's definitely out till the international break. Now, he might make a return in game week 24, but before that, he would miss at least 3 games for Tottenham, and there is a case to be made to replace him with a few decent options available. I think for our team, he's definitely one transfer out this week. Now, the other flag player that we have right now is Emil Smith-Rowe, who has been really good this season, but is nowhere close to a full fitness return at the moment. He picked up a groin problem against Man United in early December, and guys, since then he's been making sub appearances. I think with a couple of blanks coming up in 25 and 28, there's also a case to sell him. Now we can always come back to a Saka or Martinelli instead if Arsenal play well, but I'm not sure whether ESR will be available for the game against Tottenham in game week 22. Now one thing to note is that he was not in the squad against Liverpool for the Carabao Cup semi-final, so looks like we are selling him this week. Our final option is Gray, who's on the bench right now, guys. Now we can absolutely play him over Emil Smith-Rowe this week and avoid taking that hit. Everton play Norwich, who are clearly the worst side in the league right now, and I think Gray could have a really good game this week. To be honest, guys, I think it's gonna go down to the wire in terms of him or an ESR replacement, which we'll talk about in the transfer planner section. Coming to forwards, and we are playing all 3 this week, guys, with Ronaldo, King having a double game week and Antonio facing Leeds. Our first option, Ronaldo, he hopefully should start, guys. There were some fitness concerns regarding a hip problem, but he was definitely pictured in training, so I think he should be okay. Honestly, guys, I feel United need to win both games, and he should play against both Aston Villa and Brentford. Both games are not very close to each other as well, so I think overall it should be fine. King is our second forward with 2 favourable fixtures against Burnley and Newcastle. Now both bad defenses. King has decent underlying stats and he's on penalties as well, so I'm okay playing him this week. Now guys, if I didn't have him, I would probably have gone for Dennis, but the switch from King to Dennis doesn't make a lot of sense this week. Our third forward is West Ham's Antonio, who is playing Leeds. Now we know that he's not looked that great for quite a few games, guys. He was good against Palace, getting a goal, but then he went quiet against Norwich. Now compared to Bowen's 21 points last week, guys, his 9 look particularly weak. I mean, he's still nowhere close to his early season form, but at least he's got 3 attacking returns in his last 4 games. Interestingly, this has also made him the top scoring forward this year, but it's still not ideal. Nevertheless, I think against Leeds, you would expect him to do well, and he stays on in our team for another week. So guys, this is our playing 11 for this week. Now let's talk about our transfer plans. Considering that we don't get any confirmed news regarding match postponements and cancellations, we are planning to make 2 transfers this week. With Son and ESR both flagged, we can make a couple of short-term aggressive moves, guys. We can get in Maddison and Mora for the next set of fixtures. I think Mora till game week 23 looks okay. I mean, he's still a bit risky, but with Son out, he can very well play up top with Kane, or at least get starts in the next 3 games. Our other transfer, Maddison, he's the one that I'm really excited about, guys. He's definitely my preferred move if the Leicester game can go on and they can field the playing 11 this week. There have been some news about a COVID outbreak at the club along with a few injuries, but a few players have made comebacks, meaning that both Leicester games are likely to go on as scheduled. Now I have 3.7 million in the bank before I make these moves, and after making both transfers, I would be left with 6.7 million, and that gives me enough money to go for Salah if and when he comes back. Overall guys, with both these moves, I'm getting two players having a double game week in game week 22. Now fixtures in game week 23 for both are not straightforward, and Madison especially has a tough run from game week 24. Interestingly, this could be a perfect time to get in Salah, provided he doesn't come back earlier. Now the other route, of course there's one more route that we can make. That's to go for a Fernandes or a Sterling from Man City. Now Fernandes has a double game week this week, but doesn't look that great. Doubling up on the United attack when they are not firing, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Sterling on the other hand is an interesting one guys, as it gives us a placeholder for Salah, and we can test him against Chelsea this week and then Southampton after that. So that's 2 games. This move too again probably would only last for 2 weeks, but we will get a Man City midfielder guys. The issue is his playing time guys. Though I am expecting him to start with Mahrez gone for AFCON and Foden not match fit yet, but there's still a chance that he might not start and Grealish comes in on the left. I think it seems a bit risky to play the Pep roulette right now, and there's probably a case to avoid him as well. I think overall the first option looks a lot better to me guys. We can get 2 double game week players in game week 22, and by saving a transfer in game week 23, we can easily get Salah and a Villa midfielder in game week 24. I think Coutinho could be an option, and I think I should have enough money to get him in. So if he starts and if he starts performing okay, I think we can definitely get him in game week 24. So guys, what moves are you planning for game week 22? Do let me know in the comments below. Great, with our team selection done, let's talk about the best captaincy options for game week 22. Now guys, with Man United and Tottenham having a double game week, I think Ronaldo and Kane will be popular captaincy options this week. Now first talking about Ronaldo, he's the 3rd highest scoring forward this season guys. He also has a 42% chance of scoring according to goal scoring odds. So I think he's the safest option this week with a decent double against Villa and Brentford. Guys, if you want to play safe, if you don't want to take a risk, then definitely go for Cristiano Ronaldo. The other option is Harry Kane. Now his games are against Arsenal and Leicester guys, and he loves playing against both oppositions. He has a great record against both teams. Especially with Son out, I think he should step up and lead the Tottenham attack, and I think in general he'll do well. So overall he's a great alternative if you don't have Ronaldo in your team this week. The third option that we have is Emmanuel Dennis from Watford guys. Now he has 8 attacking returns, which include 5 goals and 3 assists in the last 7 matches. On top of that guys, he's facing Newcastle and Burnley. They are 2 of the bottom 3 teams this season, and they don't have great defenses. I think Dennis is a great alternative if you don't want to go to Ronaldo or Kane, and he could be a brilliant differential. Now guys, our alternate and differential picks also include Dennis's strike partner Joshua King, who is a great option if you want to go for a Watford attacker and you don't have Dennis in your team. Watford have looked quite decent in attack, and both fixtures are prime from an attacking perspective. Another option is James Maddison guys, who's a popular transfer this week, and I think a great differential captain option as well. With a couple of big names missing in attack guys, he's expected to lead the Leicester attack, and Burnley and Tottenham are decent fixtures that we can target. Our third option, of course, captaining a single game week player is quite risky, but if you want to go there, then Jota against Brentford is also an option guys. With a fair few options available who have a double game week, not a lot of managers will go here, but he's right up there among single game week players this week guys. He probably has the best fixture out of the lot. Personally, I won't go for him, but he's still okay if you trust him to outscore these double game week players. So these were some of the best captain picks for game week 22 guys. Who are you captaining for game week 22? Do let me know in the comments below. So that'll be all from my side guys. I really hope you'll find this video helpful in setting up your final teams for double game week 22. Now make sure that you hit the like button if you liked our team selection video guys. Please consider subscribing to the channel as well if you want to follow our team throughout the season. We'll be back now for the deadline stream guys. So do join us if you have any last minute questions or transfer queries. All the best to all FPL managers. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you in Saners next time.